Horror Minute is rated R. The Rocky Horror Picture Show is also rated R. We're going to spend this time discussing the movie in gory detail, and along the road we will talk about some adult content and use some of our favorite swear words.
Squadcast, Squadcast, Squadcast.
Consider yourselves warned. Welcome to Rocky Horror Minute, the podcast where we break down the Rocky Horror Picture Show in excruciating detail, 1 minute at a time, usually. I'm one of your hosts, Leandra.
And I'm your other host, Kelly.
And it's been a while since we've been back in the swing of releasing episodes. We've had some life updates, some fun stuff going on, and I even have a couple of clarifications on some stuff that I'm pretty sure I got wrong in past and future episodes. So this is kind of like a super secret hidden criminologist break episode. Be cool with it. I guess the thing that we really should jump into is why we haven't uploaded consistently in a while.
Yeah, Leandra and I had like a really bad falling out. Basically, like, she was sleeping with my boyfriend, and that was like offensive to me because she and I were sleeping together, and I thought that was like semi-exclusive, so it's been really tough.
Yeah. I mean, that's definitely not what happened. You see, I wrote this rock opera and pitched it to a music producer. He completely ghosted me.
Yeah, and then you found out he was producing the rock opera at his venue, and he didn't give you any credit, and then he, like, burned your face on a record press, and all your teeth got pulled in prison, and now you've been, like, haunting that venue for a while.
But I'm also protecting a young Jessica Harper.
Yes.
Well, now that we've gotten that sorted out, yeah. I'm sure that you feel a lot better knowing the truth.
Yeah. I mean, I think that people had their suspicions. The actual answer is a lot less juicy. The main reason for the delay is that we've had serious technical difficulties. We alluded to it in a previous episode, but minute 40 was giving us tons of trouble, and we eventually decided after like 6 months of trying to re-record that. So that was recorded fresh. And we are now, with the upcoming episodes that should be getting released soon, we're having a lot of the same kinds of trouble, so I think we're just going to re-record those too instead of the Herculean efforts that Leandra was putting forth to try and make them listenable.
I tried so hard.
Yeah.
And got so far, and in the end, it didn't really matter.
Yeah. So we've had a lot of lost audio. Actually, we also had 2 minutes that we couldn't find anywhere in our account, and we freaked out and contacted support, and it took us a long time to find those. These were minutes 41, 42 with JARF, and then it eventually turned out that the platform somehow created an anonymous account for us instead of recording it to our account. So anyway, we were able to get the backups of those, thank God, but
if you have any suggestions for better platforms, definitely let us know. You can leave that in a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts. There we go.
Yeah. In general, we've just, at this point, gone to pretty much always just using local recordings, so...
But it's fun.
Yeah.
We have fun.
Yeah. And I'm really sorry for the delays. Leandra and I have both put a lot of effort into trying to edit the really, really, really screwed up episodes that we had, and it just wasn't happening. Because the last thing we wanted was to ask a guest to re-record a minute that they already recorded with us, but in the end that has just... And at this point it's been long enough that all of us have forgotten what we said, so...
Yeah. But, again, it could be worse. I could have convinced Kelly that just using a Kelly laugh track would be the way to fix everything.
That definitely isn't something that Leandra actually tried, and she definitely didn't make a soundboard out of audio clips for me for a section of audio where my audio was lost. That'd be crazy, so I know that didn't happen.
Yeah, that doesn't sound like me.
Yeah.
Alright, so... Other than that, I mean, we're re-recording some episodes that we did during the break that just didn't work out. We'll be releasing those as soon as possible, but I think the big news is that we're going to be at AwesomeCon in DC later this month.
Yes.
Or, if you're listening to this in the future, I guess we were in AwesomeCon in late August, probably right before the robot uprising.
Right, right. Yeah, and we've already announced this on social media. If you go to any of our social media, you'll be able to go to a link with descriptions of our panels. But basically, we're doing one panel that's kind of about Rocky Horror and the podcast, and one panel that is about queer-coded horror monsters and villains throughout history. Of course, that'll take us right up through Frankenfurter as well as many others. I hope that some of you guys come out and enjoy. We'll have a mysterious prize for any listeners who find us at the con.
And if we happen to have any left over after the con, maybe we'll think of something fun to do with them. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know, throw them at cars.
Swallow
Who
them.
knows?
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll be good.
Yeah.
So, as promised, a Rocky Horror Minute episode is really not complete until I have some clarifications on something stupid that I said previously, or in the future, as the case may be. So, the two things that I wanted to call out were the hairdryer that Magenta is using in Toucha, and this is something that hasn't been released yet. Maybe we'll just re-record it. Maybe this will just be a teaser. But that hairdryer is a WeGo Typhon 500. It's either WeGo Typhon 500 or WiGo Typhon 500. I think I said that it was Conair. It's simply not. It was very popular back in the 70s, and if you look at pictures of it, it's just, it looks like the sort of thing that if you thought about touching it while it was on, you would just melt your hand off. And the other thing that I wanted to throw out there is Mittens. You know Mittens. I said that she was a cheetah. That was simply not true. Mittens is a leopard. She's proud of that fact, and I'm very sorry that I said that she was a cheetah because she's clearly a leopard. I'm just not really good at big cats, I guess.
Yeah, that was the real smoking gun.
Yeah, that was the thing that kept me up at night and made me go, oh, stupid, stupid.
Yeah, she's been doing a lot of self-flagellation.
All right, well, that was really all that I wanted to talk about. Is there anything else that you want to throw out there? Anything cool that you've been up to?
I feel like you know damn well that I have not been up to anything cool.
Yeah.
So,
Well, you've spent a lot of time with me, so
Yeah,
I'd say that that's pretty cool.
oh, would you?
Oh.
Oh, well, I mean, maybe we could plug the Misfit Toys show.
Yeah, so we're going to be up in beautiful, wonderful, majestic Kentucky, kind of on the Ohio side of that, to do a fancy, like, all-star cast show up in Maysville, and that's going to be over Labor Day weekend on Saturday, September 4th.
Yeah.
So that's going to be a lot of fun.
We are both Appalachians, so it'll be fun to get back to our roots a little bit.
Yeah.
And if you're in that area, you should really consider coming out to that show. It's going to be awesome.
Yeah, it's in an old state theater. It is in the process of getting renovated, so it's a little bit on the, I wouldn't say dilapidated. It's a little bit on the rustic side, but as I've recently discovered, the first Rocky Horror Productions really leaned into kind of a dilapidated, abandoned theater motif for their set, so it's really fitting.
Yeah.
All right, well, I think that is about it, so maybe we should wrap this one up the same way that we would wrap up any other episode. And that would be...
Now, you don't have to go home, but you can't stay here, so get the fuck out.
Not brought to you by Squadcast.